The following is a preview of the classroom presentation material provided for each topic in our courses offered through LearnMedicalCodingOnline.com. Enjoy. We're all good? Okay, so today is just going to be a lot of reading and introductory material, words you've never heard before, and ways we're going to figure this out. Okay? We'll be switching between this document and your one that's labeled reference. Okay? All right, ICD10PCS was developed by the CMS for use in the United States, and this is for inpatient hospital settings only. We use CPT for other. ICD10PCS has 7 characters, and they're alphanumeric, so letters and numbers, and every code has 7 characters. Each chapter contains up to 34 possible values. Each value represents a specific option for the general character definition. If you look below in the first digits there, it says the 10 digits 0 through 9 and 24 letters A through H, J through N, and P through Z may be used in each character. The letters O and I are not in this system because they can be confused with 0 and 1. But 0 and 1 are in this. Okay? Procedures are divided into sections that identify the general type of procedure, and the first character of the procedure code always specifies the section. So our first character representation in this for ICD-10-PCS sections, you have a 0 for medical and surgical, 1 for obstetrics, 2 for placement, 3 for administration, 4 for measurement and monitoring, 5 for extracorporeal assistance and performance, 6 for extracorporeal therapies, 7 for osteopathic, 8 for other, 9 for chiro, B for imaging, C for nuclear, D for radiation oncology, F for physical rehab and diagnostic audiology, G for mental health, and H for substance abuse treatments. So those are basically our chapters that we're going to go through. Okay, so we're going to do some from each one of these sections. And that will represent the first character. It lumps you right into your section right off the bat. Okay, the second through the 7th characters mean the same thing within each section. So every 2nd through 7 in medical and surgical will all have the same definition, and they will all mean something. However, if you leave medical and surgical and go into chiropractic, for instance, they may not mean the same thing. So each one has its own definitions and own uses. In all sections, the 3rd character specifies the general type of procedure that was performed, whether it be a resection, transfusion, or fluoroscopy. The other characters give additional information, such as the body part and the approach. And in ICD-10-PCS, the term procedure refers to complete specification of all 7 characters. So if you don't have 7, you don't have the definition of a procedure. Okay, next page is the formatting. I do have a manual here, but you can look at it if you like. But we're going to use the reference manual that I gave you on as a PDF folder, because I realized that the classroom computers are the only ones that have the encoder on, which you can use in the classroom. But in order to get this amount of material done, you're going to have to be able to do it without the use of these computers at home. So you'll have that reference manual to do them that way. Okay? So, and it is set up similar to a book, and we'll go over that in a second. Okay, so the formatting of this PCS manual, it consists of 3 separate parts. There are tables, there's an index, and then a list of codes. The index is just like the alphabetic index that we've used in other coding classes. Okay, so we would reference our term. Our main term is going to be called a root, and it's going to be, what is the main procedure? For one word, what procedure are we looking at? And then every subterm after that, the same as it's been in the other classes, what is specific to my statement? Okay, the index allows the codes to be located in the alphabetic lookup. The index entry refers to a specific location in the tables. The tables are very similar to the tabular section in the other books. Okay, so we referenced the code in the alphabetic. We took that and we checked in the tabular to see what it is. The difference in this course is going to be when we reference something in the alphabetic index, it's only going to give us the first 3 characters of the entire 7 characters. And then it's going to lump us to a table, which if you take a look at the bottom of that page that we're on, you'll see the table that I have there. Okay? So now I'm just going to read from the tables in ICD10PCS. Each page in the tables is composed of rows that specify the valid combination of the codes. Below is an example of the tables. The upper portion of the table specifies the values for the first 3 characters of the code in that table. In the medical surgery section, the first 3 characters are the section, the body system, and the root operation. Okay, so if we referenced something in the alphabetic index, it would have given us the start of 0 to 7. And you're going to see when we find that in the index, we can just click on it, and it would bring us right to this table. And this table is going to give us our choices for our next 7 digits. Okay, and then also it'll tell you what each of the remaining 4 stand for. So we can just look through and say, what is the body type, body part, sorry, and then pick one of those numbers. The second one, what was our approach? Pick one of those numbers. Okay, was there a device used? And then is there a qualifier? And qualifiers mean different things in different chapters. Okay, so that was page 1 and 2.
Okay, so there's your brief preview of our classroom material. Each chapter contains notes with voice instructions, practice examples, and quizzes. When you visit our site, you'll see links to course descriptions, syllabi for each course, and the required manual for that course. These are college-level courses offered at a fraction of the cost. If you want to learn, we teach.